Okay, well, welcome everybody. We're on behalf of the judges. We want to just go through some of the fish and answer any questions you may have. We're going to start with the grand champion here, and we try to do some of the top prizes. But if you have specific koi in mind, then just yell, and we'll try to move over to the tank that you're discussing. Of course, here we have our grand champion, the beautiful, awesome show here, the large one. This koi is becoming the most famous koi in the United States. It's now won 3 years in a row here, which is unheard of. And it was a champion of all the champions in the U.S., voted by the judges from a photo contest the last 2 years. So it's really got some honors that no other koi has had. And people have told me, people who've been in koi longer than me, that they've never seen a more outstanding koi in the U.S. So here it is again, and it won grand champion. When we judge these, of course, we're looking at the body first, and when you get a large koi like this, that huge, overwhelming body like that, which we call imposing appearance, right away grabs your eye. It's such an outstanding body. It's got the full shoulders. If you judge it out of 10 points, you give it 10 out of a 10. There's nothing about that body that you wouldn't want that you'd want changed to any degree. And just to watch it swim, you can see it's just very elegant. The conformation, it is outstanding in all respects. The pectorals, look at those big, beautiful pectorals. The second thing we tend to look at more now than we used to, is the skin quality and how much luster it has. And it's not fair to koi at a show, because this is quite stressful for koi. They many times suffer with their skin quality. And to me, the skin quality is even a little better yesterday on the show than today. But you want a sheen, a luster. The ideal would be look like painted porcelain. So the whole koi looks beautiful like that. Then we start looking at the color, and this is the three-colored fish. So you want all three colors to be uniform all the way from the front to the back, homogeneous. You want them to be clean. You don't want any dirty, smudgy areas. The first place you see that usually on any koi when there's white on the head is on the head. So to get white, Shiroshi, the white head, is very difficult in any fish, particularly as they get that big. Because if you look at yourself in the mirror, usually you'll see some moles and things that you didn't have when you were younger. And same thing here. So just genetic-wise, this koi was destined to be a beautiful fish when it was large, unlike most of us. So we've got nice clear white from front to back. The red patches, the belly is nice, is a pretty nice uniform. Even on this size, you can't even see this outline of the scales on the red, which means there's still good depth to it. But the red on the back is usually the first place that pales on red, and that's not washed out at all in the back. So it's maintained its red very nicely. The sumi, the black, is also nice and uniform from front to back. And typical Showa, the nose has got the nice motoguro on the pectoral fins, and the striking focal point on the whole fish is that Menawari, that one stripe black on its head. There's usually somewhere on the shoulder you want a focal pointer on the head, and that's the thing that grabs your eye when you see that fish. It's very attractive. So pattern-wise, it'd be a nice kohaku without the black. It'd be a nice atsuri without the red. So it's got a really appealing pattern. But it's that white break in the shoulders, which is clean as can be, and the three colors on the face with the Menawari that really make it striking. So overall quality, it's got it all. The fish just has a couple little dings on the side here, which we discussed at length, and we felt it was such a size, such a quality koi, we would overlook that and still make it a grand champion.
Well, I think Galen's covered most of it. I think most of us judges have seen this fish, had the opportunity to judge it several times. And the last time I saw this fish, I think he had it down in San Diego a few years ago. And
there.
Yes, and I have to say that I believe the fish looks better today than it did back in San Diego, whether it was the long trip down or it's just went through a cycle where it wasn't looking as nice. But it's the first thing I noticed since I've seen this fish before is that I thought, wow, it's this big a fish, and he's actually made it look better than the last time I saw it. And I believe it's still developing. Last time I believe I saw it, that Manoir wasn't quite complete across the forehead. So it's this fish this large was still developing, and he's able to keep it in this nice of condition, a large fish like that, for so many years for it to win. That's just more of a, not just the genetics to the fish, but a real testament to the koi husbandry abilities of the owner. So we have to congratulate you more on that than actually for the fish, in my opinion. Because that's, to me, that's what's more important, is the husbandry skills to keep a fish like this. So I congratulate you, and I envy you with this fish. Hopefully I'll have one soon that could compete against it.
One of the things that I think, there's a lot of things that are really unusual and beautiful. We see unusual koi that we wouldn't call beautiful. This is an unusual koi I think anyone would call beautiful. But the sumi stripe that divides the head is very thin compared to what you see on most showas or yatsuris. If you look at the other fish, you can see the sumi is somewhat larger. And there's something really elegant about that thin line, and it's very rare. If you go to Japan and you go to some of the best Showa breeders, you will not find many fish with that kind of an elegant Manoir, and it really, if you see this fish once, you'll always remember it, I think because of the face.
Judging with the four guys yesterday, I commented on the right side of the fish, the Benny coming up through the sumi, just as a comment, and they all thought how elegant it was. As I said, her lace negligee, and no, it was the fishnet stockings. That the guys all really liked it. So, just the only other comment I have. Sex. Well, it made her even more attractive.
Showing a little skin.
Exactly. I
think she wants to go to Florida.
The smaller Showa, which isn't a small Showa by any means, is another outstanding Showa that I look forward to seeing in the future. Again, beautiful pecs. The sumi on the fish is outstanding. A good Benny pattern head to tail. The shiroji is nice and white in the spots where we do have it, and again, an outstanding fish with a fantastic future ahead of her.
Richard, can I say anything more about the smaller? That was.
Oh, she was telling me she'd like to go to Florida as well. David, can you tell us how old these fish are?
Oh, sure. The big Showa is actually 12 years old.
Wow.
You kept that.
Was 6 and 7 years old.
Wow.
And then the small Showa, it's 4 years old. I have it at 2 years old.
Wow.
Super.
Yeah.
How about the breeder?
The breeder for the big Showa is Maruchiku. Luckily, he's well known for Kohaku. He breeds only Kohaku, and this is one of the. He's always very fortunate he comes out this way. He didn't want to sell it to. He didn't think that he could replace another fish like that to breed another. Okay, he mainly focused on Kohaku. So yeah, I went to Japan and I saw that. In fact, I was up in Niigata, then we had to fly down south to. Okay, he's down south with Ogata. And the other smaller Showa, the breeder Dainichi.
To be 12 years old and have that kind of skin is a testament.
In fact, when I bought it, I did ask the breeder as well as the broker, how many more years do I get out of this? And they said once you leave Japan, maybe 2-3 years back.
I'd like to see you try to win 4 in a row.
Oh.
I think as long as it's beautiful, you should let it be seen and enjoyed.
To add on to what Henry was saying, yes, in San Diego it was smaller, and they did put on a lot of good within the last few years, and it grew a little bit too.
What's your length now?
The length about 31 and a half, almost 32. Back then we brought it in at about 29.
Okay. You're doing the water treatments like you showed us with the...
Yes, yes. It was.
Well, congratulations, David. Thank you for sharing your koi.